The interim government of Ambazonia vehemently condemns any and all efforts to enforce a change of taxi color in Bamenda by any group or persons. At this critical juncture in our struggle for liberation and self-determination, the imposition of such an arbitrary mandate not only undermines our unified resistance against the oppressive La République du Cameroon's regime, but it also inflicts unnecessary hardship on our own people. We assert unequivocally that any discussion about changing taxi color shall become a subject of debate, if necessary in that place, only after Ambazonia is freed and firmly under the control of Ambazonians. Such decisions should reflect the collective will of the people and not the whims of a rogue element or of a few rogue elements. Firstly, changing the color of taxis does not advance our struggle for independence in any tangible way. It does not bring us 1 inch closer to Boya, the symbolic heart of our liberation movement. This superficial alteration is a distraction from the real and pressing issues at hand, such as the need for strategic planning, international advocacy, and the consolidation of our internal unity. Instead of focusing on cosmetic changes, our efforts should be directed towards dismantling the structures of oppression, mobilizing international support, and building a strong, cohesive resistance movement. As appealing as the idea of a unified taxi color might seem to appear, it is counterproductive if it brings suffering and pain to our own people. The enforcement of this change has already led to the destruction of private property, including the burning of taxis and even the killing of innocent civilians. Such actions are not only reprehensible, but also betray the very principles of our struggle. Our movement is grounded in the pursuit of justice, freedom, and the well-being of all Ambazonians. Any initiative that inflicts pain on our own people, especially when it is done in the name of our liberation, is fundamentally flawed and serves only to aid the La République du Cameroon government in its efforts to destabilize and discredit our cause. We here, the interim government, therefore unequivocally condemn the destruction of private property and the senseless violence that has been perpetrated in the name of enforcing illegitimate orders. The burning of taxis and the killing of drivers are acts of barbarity that have no place in our struggle for freedom. Such atrocities always serve to alienate our people, sow fear and distrust within our communities, and give our oppressors more ammunition to use against us. We must therefore remain steadfast in our commitment to a just and humane struggle, one that respects the rights and dignity of all Ambazonians. I must state in the strongest of terms, ladies and gentlemen, here, that the Ambazonia Defense Forces in their current conduct are a significant threat to the security and safety of our population on ground zero. For as long as the ADF continues to brutalize, abduct, and extort and harass innocent civilians, we will continue to advocate for its evisceration wherever they pose such a threat. Our primary duty is to protect and uplift our people, not to subject them to further suffering at the hands of those who claim to be their liberators. The ADF's actions are hostile to the ideals of our struggle and must be decisively addressed. In the light of these issues, we call on taxi drivers to continue their businesses as usual, adhering to the collective calls for ghost towns and other national days of defiance that are issued for legitimate reasons and with the full consensus of the Amazonian leadership. The same applies to Okada riders. We recognize the vital role that these sectors play in our society and economy and the struggle, and we stand in solidarity with them against any unlawful and harmful mandates. Additionally, we are issuing a clear ultimatum to the Bamenda Colonial authorities. You have until Tuesday, the 25th of June, to undo the ban on limited taxi circulation and Okada circulation in Bamenda. Failure to comply will compel the collective leadership of the Ambazonia movement to implement its own stringent measures to counter these unjust restrictions. We will not tolerate any actions that further suppress our people's freedom and mobility. The current ban is an affront to their rights and must be reversed with immediate effect.